Okay, now we're off. Here we go. Write the equation. This is the last piece of learning that you have before your test. Tomorrow you're going to be given time to work on your study guide or homework. And on Monday, full study guide day. Tuesday, you got test. That means you'll go into a break with just doing some assignments about logarithms. We're in great shape here. Write the equation of a polynomial that has the following degree and the following roots. Degree of 3, roots of 1, 2, and negative 3. I need to write a polynomial. Oh, wow. Look at you go, Bailey Barber. X minus 1 times X minus 2 times. Very good. She sees it. Now all I have to do is multiply those out. I'm going to keep the X minus 1 in front. Now I'm going to do X minus 2 times X plus 3. X squared minus 2X plus 3X minus 6. So I multiply those two binomials. And now I'll multiply the binomial by the trinomial. I'm sorry, I have X minus 1 times X squared plus X minus 6. Does anybody set up the boxes when they multiply at this point? Well, I'll just show you. You can do whatever you want, but you know, there was somebody first hour that still did this. And that's fine. They put an X and a minus 1. They put an X squared, an X, and a negative 6. To just help organize their work. Oh, X times X squared is X to the third. X times X is X squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6X. You do it however you want. I don't generally do it like this. I just did because somebody did it first hour. And I wanted to show that their way works out. That way you got all your terms. And usually the diagonals add up. X squared and negative X squared is 0. And negative 6X and negative X is negative 7X. So we have X to the third minus 7X plus 6. Yep. Yeah, it gets a little bit more difficult than that. Number 2, degree 4. How many solutions do there have to be if it's degree 4? 4. Can you tell me one of the factors? X. Good. If the root is 0, I'll have X. If I have a 1, then I should have X minus 1. Well, that will be easy. So I've got 2. What's the next one? X minus I. Good. That's only 3. What's my fourth? Minus I, because I's come in pairs. So if you have a plus I, you have to figure out that you also have a negative I. So I have X plus I. Now there's something cool that happens here. Obviously, if you run the X through, you get X squared minus X. And we're going to multiply that by whatever we get here. Are those conjugates? Yeah, and conjugates are nice because the middles go away. So we have X times X is X squared. Middle's going to go away, so you're going to be left with negative I times positive I. Negative I squared, positive 1. Good job, Julia. You have a negative I and a positive I, so a negative I squared, because I squared is negative. Let her ask her question. Shh, boys and girls. Oh, I understand what you're saying. No, we don't switch the sign in that scenario. We only do it when we start out from the very beginning. Okay? All right. Now, let's distribute our terms, come up with our new polynomial. I have x to the fourth. I have x squared. I have minus x to the third. And I have minus x. Boy, if I'm a bully, Jensen Goodall, that would make you a bully squared, wouldn't it? Do you know what Miss Nelson told me the other day? She told me, I have to tell you this first because you usually make fun that I'm going bald. She told me I'm going to have a cul-de-sac on my head. Isn't that horrible? A cul-de-sac is like, it's like a circle drive. Yeah, so I'll just have, like I'll have, hair on the sides, but then just a big spot. So you guys, at the beginning of the year, we said, as soon as I start to look creepy, you got to tell me. I'm just going to buzz it all. Morgan, how creepy do I look? Scale 1 to 10. $25. Morgan, don't be the bystander. Stick up. Come on, Morgan, don't be the bystander. Passive aggressive. Passive aggressive. That's what we have right there. Okay. All right. Degree 3, roots of -1 and 1 minus I squared roots of 5. What's going to be the other one? I have -1 and I have 1 minus I squared roots of 5, so I have 1 plus I squared roots of 5. Now, this is somewhat challenging, okay? We got to be careful here. I always write x minus, so I have x minus a -1. What's x minus a -1? X plus 1. And then I'm going to have x minus parentheses 1 minus I squared roots of 5. And I'll have x minus parentheses 1 plus I squared roots of 5. Okay, so that's a little bit more involved, isn't it? There's 2 ways to do this type of problem. I haven't ever had any success with the other way, so I'm just going to go with the first one, and you guys will all probably follow that. So let's write it with this. X plus 1 times, we'll have x, we'll have -1, and we will have plus I squared roots of 5. So we're just going to make it into a trinomial. We're going to distribute that negative through. And now I'll have x minus 1 minus I squared roots of 5. We're just going to stick with that. Nobody likes the other way, so we'll just stop. No. Now I need to boil it all out. Distribute it all out. X plus 1. And here we go. Okay. We're going to have 9 terms here, right? Yeah, 3 by 3, so we got 9 terms. X times x. X squared. X times -1. Negative x. X times negative I squared roots of 5. Negative x I squared roots of 5. I'm done with my x. I move on to my -1. -1 times x. Negative x. -1 times -1. 1. I squared roots of 5 times negative I squared roots of 5. Positive 5. Yeah, watch. You got I times I is -1. So that will get rid of that negative, make it positive. And you have square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. So we just have 5. Okay, I'm done with the -1. Kemma? Ask it. The 5? Okay, so let's just work it out. I got I square roots of 5 times negative I square roots of 5. So I have negative I squared, right? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Kemma's right. I went out of order, okay? X times x is x squared. -1 times x is negative x. And x times negative I squared roots of 5 is negative xi squared roots of 5. Now we need to move on to -1. Negative x, positive 1. And now -1 times negative I squared roots of 5 is just positive I squared roots of 5. I'm sorry. I was doing the two ends. Sorry. Now we move on to the I square roots of 5. I have positive I square roots of 5 times positive x. Positive x I square roots of 5. I did that too early. It needs to come at the end. Now I have I square roots of 5 times negative 1. Negative I square roots of 5. And now we get to where Hannah was. We have I square roots of 5 times negative I square roots of 5. I did that out of order last time, and that gives us positive 5. Okay. All of the i's should cancel, right? Let's check to make sure that happens. I got negative xi square root of 5. Does that cancel? Yeah, so that cancels with that. I square roots of 5 and negative I square roots of 5. Those cancel. So I'm left with x plus 1 times x squared minus 2x plus 6, right? There we go. Now we just finished by doing that. X to the third minus 2x squared plus 6x plus x squared minus 2x plus 6. Combine like terms. Yeah? There we go. Bada bing, bada bam, bada booski. Did I tell you guys I fixed my dishwasher? It's not like I'm a dishwasher repairman. I love going home and just, if something's broken, open it up, see if you can figure it out. My favorite time was when the laptop was broke and I had to take off the entire motherboard and everything. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, I'll open up anything. And I had it in so many pieces, I had to label the parts and take pictures of everything that was laid out on the table so I knew how to put it back together. And I fixed it, so. It's like a big math problem, and I get frustrated if I can't figure out a math problem. Oh, there's the pump. There was a diaphragm in the pump. So I take off the motor and the pump, disassemble it all. And there was a diaphragm that opens and closes to keep water in or to pull it out. And the diaphragm was stuck open. The laptop. It's a little wire that got disconnected for the power. All right. Degree 4. Roots of 2 minus 3i squared to 2 and negative 3i. Last one. What are my, and you might want to do this on the back side of your paper. This takes a while. What are my other roots? What are my other roots? I've only got 2. 2 plus 3i squared to 2 and good, positive 3i. All right, good job. Okay, so we got x minus 3i and x plus 3i, right? And then I'm going to have x minus parentheses 2 minus 3i squared to 2. Oh boy. And x minus parentheses 2 plus 3i squared to 2. You okay? No. Actually, sometimes it happens to people, as they just, as you get older. No, I mean, like, hey, I was right about your guys' age when I started to develop allergies. I'd never had allergies before that. Yeah, very good chance if you didn't know that you're going to grow into having allergies. Very good chance. And then there's a chance that then they will leave you. So, yeah, you can grow out of them. Okay, anybody know what this first part multiplies to? Yeah. So, yeah, x squared plus 9. Very good. X squared plus 9. Yeah, it's x squared plus 9. So if those are conjugates. Are these two conjugates? It's a minus and a minus, so they're not conjugates. So we got to be really careful here. I'm going to, again, distribute my negative, and then I'm going to have to multiply all these out. So let's try it again. I've got x minus 2 plus 3i squared to 2. And I have x minus 2 minus 3i square root of 2. All right, let's just multiply. X times x. X times negative 2. X times negative 3i squared to 2. Good. Better write smaller so we can have enough space here. Okay, then I move on to my negative 2. Negative 2 times x. 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2. Positive 4. Negative 2 times negative 3i squared to 2. Positive 6i squared to 2. All right, now I'm doing my last one. 3i squared to 2 times x. Three I squared to 2 times, it doesn't matter. Same thing. Negative 2 times 3i squared to 2. Negative 6. Okay, 3i squared to 2 times negative 3i squared to 2. Negative 9i squared square root of 4. Yeah, it comes out to be positive 18. But if you take positive 3i squared to 2 and negative 3i squared to 2, you get negative 9i squared square root of 4, right? Which is, what's I squared? Negative 1. So it cancels, I get the 9. What's square root of 4? 18. Good. Okay. All right, what cancels? What cancels? All right, we got it. X squared plus 9 times x squared minus 4x plus 22. Almost done. Remember when that used to be the big problem? Remember in Algebra 1 where it was like, whoa, look at the big problem we're doing. Okay. Just like that, I combine like terms, x to the 4th minus 4x to the 3rd. Done with my 4ths, done with my 3rds. My squareds are 31x squared. Done with those. That's 36x, done with that. And then 8, done with that. Okay. So that's a polynomial that is to the 4th degree and has the 4 solutions that we listed above. In case you were wondering at the beginning of class that we got a short assignment, guys. And I'm not giving you anything new tomorrow. I'm not giving you anything new on Monday. And you have a test on Tuesday. And I have a study guide right back by Cody and I will have a stapler, and you can go ahead and pick it up. I do not have an answer key yet. You can get it tomorrow. You can do whatever you want. I'll get it. Oh, I'm. Yeah, it's page 306. Yeah.